my name is Cockeyed Liz, and I was Buena Vista's infamous madam from 1886 to 1897, when I was fortunate enough to marry Alphonse Enderlin and leave the life.
And I am Silver Hills Jessie. I worked in Salida for Miss Laura Evans, and she was Colorado's longest operating madam in Colorado, and she did business until 1950. Now, eventually I married a railroader named Earl Keller, and I also left the life.
I first returned from the dead in 2004 to celebrate Buena Vista's 125th anniversary. I was absolutely amazed at how people were so curious about my life as a fallen angel. And I was very sad to see the condition that the courthouse was in and some of the other buildings. So I decided to get some of my friends together and talk about life at the turn of the 19th century. We put together a performance called the Madams of Central Colorado, and we sell our information instead of our services. Yes. I start out the show by talking about the age of the girls that I hired, what they charged, what they did with the money. I tell a few funny stories about my life with Alphonse. Then I tell about how I became Cockeyed Liz. You see, there was a madam in Buena Vista named Belle Brown, and she was jealous when I moved to town. And so she got a bunch of men rowdy, drunk, and sent them to my beautiful Palace of Joy. And they started a brawl, and during that brawl, one of them hit me on the side of the head with a bottle, and it sliced the muscle. And after that, my eye looked cockeyed.
Well, you know, if Belle was here, she would say, life was tough and I'd do it again. She was a meaner.
Oh yes, and that is why Belle discusses the seedy side of life. Because she talked about the token system that we madams used to keep the gentlemen callers honest. She also discusses the fees that the madams paid to the town, which they used for their roads and their police officers, yes. She will tell what the girls did to keep from becoming in the family way, and she would also discuss what the girls might do if their gentleman caller didn't quite turn out to be Mr. Right. It's kind of a sad, depressing part of the show, and so then Miss Laura comes out and talks about some of her funny escapades.
Well, I love it when Miss Laura talks about her time at the circus, but I'm not referring to what you know as the circus.
They've never heard of that kind of service. Miss Laura was quite the character, and she actually entered the business on her own free will.
She was very independent.
Oh yes, and she did not want to be under her husband's thumb, and that's the way it was for most Victorian women. She wanted to have a stable of horses, and the only way she was ever going to have that was to be a madam, because that's where the money was. To be a madam, you had to have good business acumen. You did. A good head for figures and organization. And madams never competed with their girls. We never took a man from the girls. So next is Lillian. Lillian takes the stage, and she also joined the life of her own free will. But she joined as a crib girl.
We detested the crib girls and the hurdy-gurdy dancers.
Oh yes. Those of you probably don't understand, but there was a hierarchy or a pecking order even among us girls.
There was.
We looked down on crib girls. Oh, something fierce.
The parlor girls were the refined.
Well, parlor girls were dressed in satin and lace, and crib girls wore cotton. Parlor houses were all about getting the men to spend more time and drop more money. Yes, play cards and dance with us and spend more money. But crib girls, it was all about
in and out.
And sometimes in minutes, and they would handle
80,
if you can imagine. 80 gentlemen callers at night. Oh my goodness.
Well, then comes Laverne. She's one of Miss Laura's girls. And my rival.
Your rival. I know, I'm sorry about that.
But she tells exactly what happens when the gentlemen callers ring the bell at 7 p.m.
I love the look on people's faces. They sit forward in their seats. This is what they came for, but Laverne tries to keep it clean, and she tries so hard not to offend anyone. Yes. Well, when Laverne is done, Silverheels here steps forward, and she talks about, oh, well, we try not to glorify it, but she talks about the way that madams and their girls were the social services before there was such a thing provided by the government. Tell them about the last pandemic.
Absolutely. Okay, so in 1918, the Spanish influenza hit Salida hard, just like we're experiencing with COVID-19 today. Well, back then, Miss Laura closed the house and the crypts. She dressed us girls up in nurses' outfits and sent us around town to take care of the sick people. Well, I took care of a minister's wife, and the funny thing is this particular minister had tried for years to shut Flora down. Well, his wife survived the flu, and he was so grateful, he offered me a job as housekeeper and companion.
He thought you were a lady because Miss Laura raised you as such.
He absolutely did, but I told him, now that my job is done, I'm on my way to Miss Laura on Front Street. He had no idea that I worked for Miss Laura, but you know what? He never tried to shut her down after that.
No, he was very appreciative. Well, then Miss Laura finishes the show with a bombshell prediction that floors the audience.
What a surprise.
Yes, it does. We've been doing this show since 2007. It's been written up twice in the Denver Post and in the Toronto Sun of Canada.
Sure.
We try to keep it all factual.
Yes, and the truth is stranger than fiction.
Oh yes, some people have come and seen it numerous times because it's such a fun way to learn history. So we hope you'll check out our website, buenavistaheritage.org, and find out when we're able to have our next show. And we look forward to seeing you when you're in town.
Absolutely, and we won't disappoint you.
Oh no. See you soon.